Yeah, I learned a lot in 2016. Some don't see the cost just to chase dreams. Half of y'all never want to struggle, but still expect the beauty this amazing grind brings. That's jaded, me, I took a leap. No school, I'm in this without a single guarantee. No fallback, no backup plan. Mama said get a plan B, just to know I'm not that man, so I'ma get it. No other option in my system. Now I'm up next. Remember when no one would listen? From that kid they picked on back in middle school, like every day, to the man of the year in my state in every way. I worked hard until my craft bloomed. Called exactly where I am now, like last June. Words mean nothing but these stats do. Read it on my tattoo. Beauty in the struggle, I got everything they lack. Ooh. Ignorance is bliss. I don't wanna know my future. Cause if I knew I'd blow, I probably wouldn't work as hard. Maybe this could be the death of me. Giving in my all until there's nothing left of me. Trusting what's ahead, I wanna live for everything. Pray to God my family never has to see a rest in peace. Y'all never change. Just because they listen doesn't mean they hear it. Y'all came away trying to be a hero, so I die a legend. Y'all never change. Just because they listen doesn't mean they hear it. Y'all came away trying to be a hero, so I die a legend. They said my sound was never mainstream, but people in my inbox said, Justin, you saved me from dark depression to those suicidal thoughts. I was looking for an out until your music came across. Now my life has changed. I just feel like I relate to every lyric that goes on that page. And even if you never read this, I just hope you know, without your music, my life, it wouldn't have been the same. Yeah. Ignorance is bliss. I don't wanna know my future. Cause if I knew I'd blow, I probably wouldn't work as hard. Maybe this could be the death of me. Giving in my all until there's nothing left of me. Trusting what's ahead, I wanna live for everything. Pray to God my family never has to see a rest in peace. Y'all never change. Just because they listen doesn't mean they hear it. Y'all came away trying to be a hero, so I die a legend. Y'all never change. Just because they listen doesn't mean they hear it. Y'all came away trying to be a hero, so I die a legend. Y'all never change. Just because they listen doesn't mean they hear it. Y'all came away trying to be a hero, so I die a legend. Y'all never change. Just because they listen doesn't mean they hear it. Y'all came away trying to be a hero, so I die a legend. Y'all never
What's up, everyone? Happy Wednesday. Talk stuff about Bitcoin. So, last couple days I've said or suggested that we're headed back to the 64K area. I'm going to start with Bitcoin today. Normally we don't, but I feel like while you guys all come here, I'll save you guys the time and the trouble. So, what are we looking at? On the daily, I mean, clear as day, double top, being currently validated by this daily candle. The only thing I don't like right now is volume. Volume's very low to be validating this daily. So unless a lot of volume comes in, it could easily bounce around here and head back up. For the last several days, I've called out how not only have we had bearish divergences on the daily that are now playing out, but we also had them on the hourly time frames as well. We'll get into that in a minute. One thing to note, and I see this all the time with potential patterns, is whenever you have these giant wicks, usually that pattern isn't as valid as you think, right? Because they've essentially, price has done this, which makes it not a double top. Now, I will say if the wicks were just on the top side, we didn't have a big wick here, it'd probably change my mind a little bit, but the fact that we have two just makes me a little, not like worried or anything if I was short, but doesn't really confirm much of a double top, but I mean, it still can. Volume's obviously not there yet. If volume increases, then certainly. But real quick, what's up, Yasser? What's up, Arun? Dorian? Now Bandium, what's up? Thanks for streaming again anytime. More than happy to do it. Always like covering this stuff for you guys, because I know we've spent 6 months in this gigantic range, and it's been very difficult to trade. So if you're using my analysis combined with your own, I'm glad that it's helping you or at least formulate decisions. Again, not every trading system is the same, but you know, if your trading system's staying down and so is mine, maybe you can use that as confluence. Let's look at the 4 hour. So a couple things. Guys made a tweet a couple days ago. We had bearish divergences all over this 4 hour. All over what looks like the double top on the daily. We needed to head lower. Initially, I thought we'd bounce off 66 and maybe bounce again, but it looks like we've completely lost that kind of lower time frame 66K support. The next one being at 64, 63K. I'll be honest with you, my gut still tells me we have a good chance of going all the way down to 60. And the biggest reason for that, if you open up the daily and look at price action, very clear the way volume has been trending with price moving up. You have volume going down and price moving up. What that means is that this uptrend is not being supported by volume. This is bearish price action. We have further confirmation because the majority of this pump came from news, came from the Trump assassination attempt, which failed, came from the Trump winning over the swing states so far. Now that Biden's dropped out, starting to switch to, or some of those are starting to switch to Kamala Harris, which is pretty absurd to me, but so be it. And then a couple other news pieces. We had FOMC today. Seems like news is really just driving the entire market. And I'll be honest, until these news-based moves end, there's not a whole huge reason to trade this. Now, if you saw the double top, very solid. Unfortunately, you had two massive wicks that probably stopped you out. I will say it's been tough to trade, man. They've been just taking liquidity. They've been chopping everyone up. When you think there's a pattern and you think you have everything lined up, the market does something wild, whiplashes, and then continues in the direction you figured it was going. So I guess midterm thoughts for Bitcoin. You guys know macro-wise, I am bullish. I posted this the other day. And, I think this is very possible. Go back down to the 60K area. You just have one big kind of consolidation range. Similar to this, right? Similar to this area. We have one big consolidation before higher. Allowing some of those higher time frame divergences to play out, allowing some of those higher time frames to develop divergences. If we go back to 60K, check this out, right? We go back down to 60K. There's a chance we could create a bullish divergence here with higher lows and lower lows on RSI. So again, 60K, lots of confluence for me. We'd create essentially a trading setup. We create divergence. We create a reason for going up. Until that happens, there's no reason to be just FOMOing in longs and taking stupid trades. Let's go back to the 4-hour. Decent buyback so far. Again, your volume is now going down as price is moving lower. So that makes me think again that this double top is not going to validate. We'd have to break below 63K for it to validate anyways. So kind of in a weird spot. You're not quite at support, but you're also not validating that short setup. So for me, there's no trade, right? Until we get into this support area. And look, if we drop down into support and volume continues lower, right, and we create a bullish divergence here, then we can look for a long. But at the moment, looking for shorts is out of the question, right? We've already kind of seen a short entry-ish as we are close to resistance here at 72. Dropped all the way down. We're closer to support, so better risk reward to look for longs at the moment, especially short-term longs. I look at the monthly. Read a few crypto analysts talking about monthly looking really bad. What's your take on it? I don't look at the monthly. I think Bitcoin's too young to be looking at the monthly and especially the yearly. I've also seen posts on the monthly. The monthly looks fine in those posts. I mean, we're essentially consolidating at or above resistance. So it looks fine. We've spent 5 months consolidating. This has been a very painful time to be trading. Not a whole lot to be trading anyways. Lots of chop, lots of news-based moves. I'm going to remove some of this stuff. And we'll just all of this so we can see. So the monthly for me looks fine. I mean, ultimately, I don't look at a monthly. I think Bitcoin's too young. Also, I know Bitcoin stretches further back, right? But you look at this chart and imagine this is a 15-minute time frame. Okay, just imagine 15-minute time frame. We have one resistance touch, right? How do we even know that this is the proper resistance? Not to mention, we're right above it, right? Another thing for me is I don't like the monthly as much because there's too much time in the way I trade between candles. I mean, this month we've essentially just whiplashed the entire time. How do you formulate a decision from that? Again, for me, the monthly is just Bitcoin's too young for a monthly. Like if you're looking at the S&P 500 and looking at a monthly, fine, right? This is fine. But for Bitcoin, Bitcoin's only like 15 years old. It's too young, and it's never seen a much larger trend. It's really only gone up. And again, I know the next thought is, well, look at RSI and all these other issues. Again, I don't think you can. I don't think you can look at RSI for something this young, because it might not mean anything. Plus, we were overbought here. Now we're retracing back to the mean. We're holding above resistance. I mean, ultimately, if you ask me to do TA on the monthly, I think the monthly looks fine. I don't think there are any issues. I don't know why people that trade the monthly are just looking for a reason. And that goes for any time frame. You can find a reason to be bullish or bearish on every single time frame, no matter what trend is looking like. So those people are probably just looking for engagement. Again, I think Bitcoin's too young to be looking at. Check out the hourly. So nice little bounce. Why? Because we're forming divergence here, right? We have lower lows, higher lows. Probably like a end of day bounce is in play. Maybe get back to 66, but ultimately not seeing anything that establishes a reversal at the moment. Those are my thoughts on Bitcoin. I mean, look, could this double top work out? Sure, I'm not opposed to it. This would 100% take us back to 60K, which I am perfectly fine with. My only issue is volume. Volume is not confirming a breakdown. We're also not, we haven't broken down through support, right? Support's at 63, not at, I wouldn't say support's at 65.4. We're going to 64K. That's what I've been saying for the last week. Hope we do. Looks like it. The good thing is if we go to 64 and volume continues to trend down, there's a good chance we could get a reversal here. And it would probably catch a lot of people off guard because, again, a lot of people right now, every time we pump, right, We move upwards, it's 100K all day. That's what everyone says. We're going to 100K. And every time we dump, it's, oh, this, we're back to bearish territory. We're back to a bear market. We're never going to see 100K. All the bearish posts get a ton of engagement. Everyone starts getting emotional. And honestly, if you just traded sentiment for the last 6 months, you probably would have made decent money. And if you zoom out completely, we've been in a ginormous range for 6 months. It's been boring and ridiculous, right? Finding emotional trading throughout all of this when you could have just looked at this. I mean, what if we do something like this, right? All we've been doing is consolidating. Kill us with this range. Yeah, it's been tough. It's been tough to trade. I really haven't traded a lot here. I just haven't found any reasons. When you guys know me, I took the inverted head and shoulders here. Rode this up. Unfortunately, didn't close it all the way up here, as is tradition. Got stopped here. I mean, we still made a decent bit of money, but since then, we haven't really traded a lot. Taken some interim shorts here and there, but again, it's been a long, boring, egregious range. So my word of advice is try not to get emotional. Try not to fall for the posts like the bearish post when Bitcoin dumps. Like Bitcoin's dumping today. Yes, we called it. Yes, we said it was going to 64K, but right now we're looking for longs because there's better risk reward as we're headed into support. Let's look at some other charts. Today's going to be kind of a quick day. Look at S&P. I mean, look, at the end of the day, everything else looks macro bullish, right? We talk about looking at S&P, DXY, Tether dominance. Everything is still pointing macro bullish. So if you're a spot holder, none of this should be worrisome for you. Honestly, I'd recommend taking a vacation with the rest of the summer. Like, you probably don't have to look at a chart for a while. S&P doing exactly what I wanted to do. We were very overbought. Form the range, make a bullish divergence, send it higher, bull flag. You guys know the drill. We've been talking about this for 3 or 4 weeks, 5 weeks even. We needed a cool-off period. The same thing goes for the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ needs a cool-off period as well. The Dow looks okay, but it'll probably correct with the rest of the market. I mean, it's been moving sideways. It doesn't look bad. I mean, it's making new all-time highs. It did get a nice sideways chunk here. And to further back that up, look at the dollar, right? The dollar has this double top. You have a perfect breakdown, retest of that confirmation point. And now this week we're heading lower, right? A lot of people aren't looking for confluence. A lot of people aren't looking at these other charts that are pointing or still pointing towards a macro bull run. The dollar's going down and stocks are looking to consolidate to head up. Eventually, crypto is going to go up with it. Bitcoin's only, 15% all-time highs? I mean, say that out loud 3 times and then tell me you're bearish, especially with all this stock and dollar confluence. Look at Tether dominance. So my biggest thing is, yes, I believe Tether dominance will form a higher low here, form a bearish divergence here, right? Which will make Bitcoin likely drop into the 60 to 64K area. But again, on a macro scale, what are we looking at here, right? Breakdown, retest, continuation, ultimately. Right? I mean, look, the Tether dominance chart could drop down right now or tomorrow or next week, and I'd be okay with that. No problems at all. I'm not leaning towards a bullish Tether dominance chart. For those of you that are new traders, Tether going down, so Tether going down means that Bitcoin goes up, and then vice versa, right? Tether going up means Bitcoin goes down. It's the same thing as the dollar to stocks or the dollar to Bitcoin, right? The dollar goes down, Bitcoin generally goes up. The dollar going up generally means Bitcoin goes down. Let's look at this daily. So again, I don't think that we have a double bottom here. Usually double bottoms close around the left side bottom. We never got that close. We just had a wick. Yes, we're getting above this kind of midpoint-ish area, but I still don't think this is a double bottom. I mean, personally, I think this could go into the 5.2%, consolidate, go lower, maybe slightly higher, but ultimately lower in the future. Meme coins are giving crypto a very bad look. What a clown market. Meme coins destroy altcoins. What's new? Meme coins have been around forever, and they will continuously destroy the market when people put their money in them, and especially when people put in their money late. If you guys see a meme coin that's pumped a ridiculous amount, don't put your money in it. You're too late, right? Look at Bitcoin dominance. So another kind of confluent move, and again, this is where I'm talking about landing somewhere in the 64 to 60K area. Bitcoin dominance consolidates here. And again, we need to consolidate because the 4 hour was very overbought. 1 hour was overbought. So consolidating here, building volatility, open up Bollinger Bands. Bringing this lower band up, bringing this top band down, creating that volatility. That could give us that dominant move that Bitcoin needs to break 72K, right? Dominance going up with Bitcoin breaking 72K is a very, very good thing. Now, not so much for alts. It means alts aren't going to have their fun for a while. But what it does mean is Bitcoin's essentially establishing dominance, breaking trend confidently. If Bitcoin dominance is going down with Bitcoin breaking 72K, I'd be worried. I'd be worried that that's a deviated fake out. Real quick, again, I didn't plan to stream real long today. I feel like I've answered a lot of questions on Twitter with the analysis I've posted. If you guys have any questions about anything, put them down. We'll go over ETH and Ethereum to Bitcoin as your questions go in. Then we'll call it a day. So ETH to Bitcoin, looking lackluster. We had a move up, which eventually broke through support, or what should have acted as support. Kind of retested that breakdown, and now we're continuing lower. Again, with Bitcoin dominance going up, I think Ethereum could go as far down as 2,600 again. I'm seeing your Streamlabs copy trade. Are you doing this again, or are we still waiting for the Bluefin? So we haven't started it yet. If you need a full announcement, I need to turn off the Streamlabs notification. I'll do that after the stream. If you'd like to use it, or not, let me take a step back from there. I'm posting all of the updates on the bot in my Discord, and I can post them on Twitter too. It's just easier in Discord. I can write more. I can give a full description. We're waiting for Bluefin to be ready. They should be ready in the next 2 weeks. And then Coincatch should be ready by the end of the month to beginning of September. So if you're someone that's like, oh, I don't really like Bluefin, I actually really like Coincatch, then you can use Coincatch for your copy trading. I'm going to have both running. So if you'd like to use either one, you can. And I think we're also going to add it to BitGet. Yeah, the plan is to get it up and rolling by the end of August, ultimately, on at least 2 exchanges. So if we can do that successfully, awesome. Until then, I can't really, I don't want to put this trading system out there if there's going to be, I guess, internal errors on our side, right? I don't want you guys to, not every trade is going to be profitable, and I don't want you to lose money because of errors that are between the trading system and Coincatch's copy trading system. Yeah, just keep an eye out. But again, guys, if you have any questions, please let me know. I'm just going over basic stuff today. Not a ton to talk about, honestly. I know FOMC came in. We got that. I don't even know what the results from FOMC were. I really don't follow news-related event trading. Really need to look into that. And then let's look at, I guess, Ethereum to Bitcoin. The one thing I'm not really liking is we're kind of breaking down, retesting, heading lower. I mean, we could certainly go down all the way to 0.04. Got a lot of confluence over here. So certainly possible. I mean, look, Ethereum's not going to have its fun until that liquidity moves from Bitcoin to Ethereum. So if Bitcoin breaks 72K with dominance going up, don't expect Ethereum to be a big outperformer here. Just another note. I am planning in September to have another trading school session. So if you guys have ever wanted to learn how I trade, or my trading system, or just trading in general, how to read the market, how to take advantage of large upswings and downward moves. I'm going to do that in September. It should last around 6 months. So it's twice a week for 6 months. I believe I added 4 more weeks to the whole program. So if you're interested, keep your eye open. I'll have a tweet about it. I tweeted about it like briefly like 2 or 3 weeks ago. Just keep your eye out. Speech is interesting. Powell said they're open for a cut in September. Okay, that's good. Yeah, I rely on you guys to give me the cliff notes because I did not look into it. Not at all. One thing I am also planning to do, the next debate, since the first debate was very successful, the debate between Biden and Trump, we had 5,000 viewers at one point. It was really awesome. I'm planning to live stream when Kamala debates Trump. I think it'll be, I mean, I'm going to say it, I think it's going to be hilarious to say the least. I don't know how Kamala is going to debate Trump. I think she's even worse cognitively than Biden. You know, I'm not trying to get political here, but wow, she's something. I mean, best of luck to her, but I'm interested to see how that debate goes. I think it'd be fun to live stream for you guys. We had fun with it last time. Let's do it again. Yeah, Trump versus Harris is going to be crazy. Like, you have this, she's like a wine drunk mom. Or like mom wine drunk, however you want to say it. Like, she doesn't really make any sense. Like, I was trying to look at her interviews, like, objectively. Like, I was, walking in with no bias. I was like, all right, I can't just hold what I already think about her. I actually want to see if she has good points and good data. And even walking into it, I still had no idea what, like, half of what she was talking about. She didn't really answer any of the questions. She just kind of danced around it. It's like, here, let me give you this example. It's like you have this, everyone's sitting at a fire, right? Picture. Everyone's sitting around, we'll just say everyone's sitting around this box, right? I'm going to draw standing. Everyone is standing around this kind of fire, right? We're all standing here. Everyone's talking, right? Everyone's kind of making sense towards each other. And Kamala Harris is way over here, right? Trying to talk, and she's just not making any sense. She's not answering the questions. That's what I think. That's the best analogy I can give. Like, the other thing that blows my mind is everyone in the media said she was, useless, and now she's the prodigy child. And it all flipped in a week, which is pretty wild. Not seeing any questions coming in. So, I don't know. Maybe we'll look at, like, Tau or something. Appreciate everyone coming out. If you're new to the live stream, I usually live stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday, around 5 p.m. Eastern. The market's just been boring, man. It's been slow, choppy, boring. It's been tough to live stream, but we still push forward. Feel bad there's 1,000 people here. I don't have much to talk about today. I feel like I gave it all away in all of the Twitter posts. You think Trump makes any cognitive sense? Yes, I do. Watch an interview with him. I don't think he's the best candidate ever. I don't really support him in the way that I would like to support a candidate, but yes, I absolutely think Trump is 1,000 times better than Kamala Harris. And that's saying a lot. Like, Trump is like you put like there's a line, right? There's a candidate line, right? You've got people that are qualified above, right? Trump's like here. Is he? I'll give Trump a little bit more credit. Trump's like here. He's probably not as qualified. He's older for sure. He doesn't, he either drives you the right way or he makes you want to hate him, which is not how a political candidate should be. But unfortunately, that's how American politics are. Kamala Harris is like way the fuck down here. Like, watch a speech. Watch her talk about anything intellectual, and I don't know, man. I'm just not on board. He just directly insults people. That's it. That's not entirely true. We watched an entire debate of him giving valid points and talking about what he was going to do. Which, look, I'm not trying to get political. I don't necessarily like the guy a ton myself, but at least he has solutions or can talk about solutions rather than just like beating around the bush. Like, I don't know. Hey, Roman, morning from Sydney. Love your work, mate. Keep doing what you do. Thank you. I appreciate it. What do I say about ICP? I think for any alt on this list, I don't really plan to look at it until it's alt season. I hold many spot altcoin positions, and I don't look at them day to day. I don't trade them day to day. I don't even bother because, you want to know why? Because of this. Because of Bitcoin dominance. There's no reason to be looking at alts with Bitcoin dominance pushing higher at all. No reason. It's pretty remarkable that people that come into the trading space, especially the crypto trading space, they trade alts all day or they try to day trade alts, and they don't realize that they could have the easiest answer in the world to take an alt trade or not with Bitcoin dominance. Because no matter how good your altcoin looks, like if Link, let's say Link has a perfect double bottom setup, right? Take the long here, stop loss here, looks great, right? Bitcoin dominance looks like this, you can forget about it. You can forget about that setup all day. And I'm not trying to like shut down your guys' altcoin requests, but there's just no reason to look at alts. Not with Bitcoin dominance doing what it's doing, not with Ethereum showing weakness. I mean, really the only alts that are probably worth trading at all are Tau, because Tau to Bitcoin has been showing somewhat of a reversal, right? With this inverted head and shoulders, breakout, retest, continuation. And then Solana. That's it. Solana to Bitcoin on the weekly looks insane. You have this huge uptrend followed by this, really what started from this inverted head and shoulders, uptrend, moving sideways. This thing is going to continue up. Or at least should. I mean, it looks fantastic. All right, guys, I'm not seeing a lot of questions. Appreciate you coming out. As for the trading bot, I know I answered this a couple minutes ago, but planning to have it in the next 2 weeks. We want to make sure that everything is fine. We don't want any, internal errors on our side where, the copy trading system isn't doing what the bot's telling it to do. But we want to make sure and iron all that out so that you guys don't lose money unintentionally, so that everything runs smoothly. Because ultimately the bot's been killing it, and I'd love to get you guys involved. Or at least get you access to it. All right, guys, all that said, keep an eye out for the tweets, post updates when I see them. And always remember, be patient, users.